Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Alan
I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Wake. And I need to find a flashlight or something of... Well, so is there a spotlight up here again, or do I need to... Or can I actually get a light? Oh, there's a page, though. Huh? Read up. Let's see.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Oh dear. Anything else in here? Nothing immediate, but at least there's a way to go. But again... Do I find a flat? Oh, that cliff ends abruptly. I don't think that's the way to go. Okay.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Thanks for the hint, and I saw the green light, so... And this time it's not as difficult as the other one in the Hartman's place of evil, so Oh! Right, my bad. Can I turn this? There we... Oh. Okay. Man, that's physics being so sophisticated that it's kind of like making things more slow. But I haven't been here yet, just to see that right quick that there's not a page or a coffee or something. Nope. Okay, good. Well, I mean, the coffee is more like just a fun thing to pick up. It doesn't really mean... You know, like anything, I think, but
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Well... Again, I say that if push comes to shove, take a melee weapon and just hit them with a plank or something. Trust no one in the dark. Yes, you've mentioned that. But I mean, yeah. I am a little confused by... I mean, there's so many axes and stuff. Why wouldn't he have at least one melee weapon just to... Like, maybe not, you know, axe kill everyone. That's true. But, like, just fend off, like, one person or something, you know? Okay, so... How am I supposed to do this? I have no means to fight. Ow. And I can't pick up the thing, so... I mean, I'm dead. Okay. Huh. Again, since it's...
sense the movement in the woods ahead.
Facing
the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
This is an interesting spot, because I actually didn't remember this point, and there's a number of stuff I don't remember anymore. I just remember liking the game as a whole a lot, and it stayed with me as a story feeling. But that one spot, that is terrible. Interesting. It's interesting. It doesn't, like, sully the whole game, because the game is an action horror game. But that is... As I mentioned many times before, when it comes to me and you know, game overs in games, if the game over is not contextualized, then it's a really bad thing to have a game over, especially if you can't fight the game over with, like, combat, right? Like in, say, Doom or Fear or, well, most of Alan Wake. But now the moment we enter into a scenario where we no longer have a weapon, we have no means of fighting the things, we can't run away from them, which is very confusing. Like, I can't run away from them. Right, well, you die. It's not really breaking the immersion as is, because we're a third-person game that's not supposed to be as immersive as a first-person one, but it's still bad. And it's a completely pointless section of creating frustration. That is weird. Again, the overall game is rock solidly good, but that is one section that I completely disagree with, and I might need to have some words with Remedy about that if I ever can. But again, beyond that, is still, I stand by what I said about this game being one of my favorites in the end. I just need to get past this one point, you know? Okay, so I guess I just gotta try to keep dodging them until I don't die. That's so weird. This is so weird. I mean, I can't start the generator. There's no time to do that. I just can't. Why is the generator even there? There's no way to just start it up, man. I mean, we just proved that point, you know? Why is it there? And I can't run because Alan can't run. We've proven that as well. I just need to reach this one spot and get my health back. Wow. Wow, that's bad. That is an interesting one, because at least with the moving objects before, you could like get behind geometry to try to prevent the damage to you, and the damage from the objects wasn't like massively big, you know. But they are extremely deadly enemies. You cannot outrun them. You just can't. We've proven that. There's a generator which... Why is the generator there? There is no way to start it up, because you don't have flares, you can't keep them back away. You can't keep them back away and start it up at the same time with a flashlight. So, I mean, you can't keep them away with the flashlight and start it up at the same time. Why is that spot there, and why is that generator there? That's amazing. And again, like... extremely good games can have bad spots in them, and that one spot, that was a piece of garbage. Wow. Wow. Ha! That's fascinatingly bad. Okay. Or, well, misguided, at least.
Farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Or it was the Walter we read from, but Walter who? Again, I keep forgetting who is Walter. I'm sure we've met Walter, well, I mean, not sure, but maybe, but... Ooh, yes, heavy duty, give. I'm pressing the E button. But yeah, I had that one moment of being a hot garbage, but I'm sure it'll just pick up again, and that's not like the whole game being bad. Every good game just has some bad stuff in it, I'm sure. So that's the one, or the worst section of this game so far by leaps and bounds and miles. But, now we've gone past it with only one death, and we can just move on. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to, even if a game is
the car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Right. I'm just pointing out that even, or like emphasizing the point that even if a game is one of my absolute favorites, like this is one of my like favorite horror games of all time, horror games, it still can have, you know, a section or sections that are bad, and that's a bad section. That's just, you know, and it wouldn't, how can I put this? The addition of that generator in that spot where it is absolutely impossible to start it up because the Taken will forever prevent you from doing it and you'll die. That means it wasn't designed with, like, it was a provenly badly designed spot, because that generator has no place of being there and it's completely just untested then. That's, But then again, one bad spot, you know, games are good, not flawless. Ah.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
So that's Thomas who's doing the page things. Okay.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Thanks, we just got that. But again, I do still sort of appreciate the monologuing in that, because it's a game with the game over screens and all that. It's actually good to keep me a tiny bit away from being too immersed as Alan Wake, because Alan Wake monologues so much. So I'm experiencing the story of Alan Wake, not being Alan Wake himself, and that actually fits with the monologuing and all that good stuff. So The one I hadn't read yet was you.
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
So don't finish the story? Is that what we're trying to convey here? Also, Thomas, not like criticizing or anything, but if you already have all the pages, why wouldn't you give me the entire thing and let me know point by point what's gonna happen? Or let me know completely what's gonna happen. Why is that a bad idea? I would be then essentially clairvoyant and be better at surviving this ordeal, and right, I sort of missed that. Oh, right, I'm gonna just restart the checkpoint then. Because I don't have the means to fight that. And stepping on a bear trap apparently summons Taken, which, again, is a weird thing in a spot where you don't have weapons.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit.
Diver in a bulky suit is the thing, but that is interesting. Okay, sure, I have flares, but I don't have weapons to kill them with. Flares don't kill them; they simply remove the darkness shield, like very slowly. But like having these traps that summon enemies in a spot where I don't have weapons to kill said enemies, and if an enemy gets spawned, I for one can't run away from him anyway because Alan can't run, not really, and they're always faster, and I can't run and point a flashlight at the same time. And on top of that, there's more of these traps to avoid me even more from running away from said enemy. That is... It almost looks like some sort of an intern at Remedy just took over the office for a couple of days and forced this weird weaponless section here with runaway horror, and the mechanics don't let you run away. That is weird. Like, we're gonna get through this, that's fine, but it's fascinatingly strange. I'm not even really frustrated. I'm fast. Like, yeah, the enemy didn't come when I didn't stick my foot in the bear trap. So, that is fascinatingly wrong. Like, what? Why would you? Who thought of that? Wow. Okay then. And again, there's probably going to be enemies, we'll see.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
The shades don't bleed, so... I know it's an expression, blood on their hand, as in, caused death or whatever, but or killed something, but still, it's, Ooh, I see a gun. That's very good. Thank you. Give shotgun. Give.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Well, you have... Ooh, shotgun ammo. That is more like it. I'm still wondering... Actually, it just clicked on me that it makes perfect sense that Cynthia Weaver, or the lamp lady, is the CW in the obsession room before with all these illuminated texts. That would fit in that. Then, for some reason later on, the CW Cynthia, the lamp lady, got obsessed with fighting the darkness, and she probably left all these stashes around. Why I'm hearing the diver breathe when I reach close to one is maybe the diver is just trying to clue me in, even if he didn't actually leave the stashes at, with me. Or to me, for people to use, Right. And again, like this part doesn't seem like, as long as I don't step on the traps, we're fine. But it's a fascinatingly misguided choice to have those a moment ago when I didn't have a gun to fight the things that are gonna be summoned when I step on the things. Hi! Hi, again! Oh, there's a number of you. Cool beans. So, here to die. You're supposed to die. Just pointing that out there. And you as well. Come on. Come closer. There you are. Aha. Okay. I'm kind of confused by the glimmering because it's very misguiding, actually. Oh, come on. Interestingly enough, the game sort of let me run away a little tiny bit from those a moment ago, but oh well. Come on, come on. I do gotta give credit, though, if I'm supposed to fight these, I'm really low on means of fighting them. I have 2 batteries left, and yeah, so I have a thing about the... Oh, boy. Ah. Just stay there for a while. Oh, boy, ow. Ugh. Oh, man. This game does not kid around, but I have a bit of a criticism about how the bear traps are shown. I do understand the notion that, well, they're supposed to be kind of hard to spot because they're traps. Fair enough. That's fine. However, adding the flashlight glint to them is a video game user interface choice. They don't glint, a rusty metal thing doesn't glint like a shining beacon of like a moon when you hit it with a flashlight. That's very misguiding or misleading, especially when the world is distorted in that shadowy thing, because also the items glimmer in kind of a similar way, and when it's a distorted thing, you don't see if it's a battery on the ground or a bear trap. You just don't see that. Not just I don't. And we have already seen in that forest batteries on the ground as well. Not too long ago in the generator next to the generator that we could not start up because it was just put in the wrong place by the devs. So,
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
And there's also batteries on the table there, so
Hello? Anybody here? Ah! Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please!
I can't run. Now I can.
What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
It's fine, it's just a nightmare you're having, or we're all having collectively, and we're dying in the nightmare, but it's still fine, it's not that bad. So, back door or upstairs?
The front door was locked.
Oh, front door. Okay, I stand corrected. I would have thought that the front door is the one with the clothes rack, but apparently no. Could you go upstairs, please? But again, I'm just, even for my favorite games, I'm not above giving criticism where it's true, or due. I speak my mind is the point that that's who I am. Hello? Is that
I know you? You were in jail the other day.
Ah?
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
Well, Alan did, not me, but yeah. Are you gonna... That's a head twist, sure. Okay then, now... Ooh, hi!
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape.
Okay.
I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Right. So that's... So we were essentially writing this stuff as hypnotized or something, or, you know, somewhat controlled. And then Alan wrote his way out to wake up in the car. Or something. Hello? Listen! Don't do that, it's not cool. Come on. Come now. There you go. Was that Danny or was it...
Danny, huh?
Right. There we go. And we are home free. Come on.
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
I hear you. I'm just gonna check the outhouse just to see if there's nothing to read. You know, there's often something there, you know, to do that. Okay, let's take the car and go. I've learned the hard way that if I, you know, tally around, you know, stick around.
If he wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Right. But, if I stick around and waste too much time near a car, I have learned that, ow. Oh, coffee. Give. Always time for coffee. Yes. I've learned that, you know, enemies will start coming in and will kill me. That's the, long and short of that. However, we can just keep going and back to the car and go like the wind. Ooh. Man, you're difficult to control. I'd love a racing wheel for this. I'll check the fire tower. There might be either a radio or some... Oh, I see the thing. Well, I should probably go check this spot first. Yep. Pick up stuff, and if enemies attack me while I'm here, that's just gonna happen. It's gonna be just fun. Come on. And you. And you. Flashbangs, okay, sure, I'll take them. And here we go. I'm sort of... I should maybe take this car because it's more agile, I feel. Not by a huge amount, but enough to make a difference, I feel. But yeah, the lookout towers have so far have had, I think, always a radio to listen to, so... I'm just gonna check right quick. It's actually pretty impressive to have these areas all of a sudden so open that I can, and big that I can just drive around in them. That's when I first played the game, I was not expecting that at all. Just saying. And there's your radio. I told you. Oh, switch to hunting. Yeah. Let's do exactly that. Again, more distance and I think even possibly more damage. Like in the ballpark at least.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give him a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
Okay then, and let's go and escape from the licensed music and just run like the wind, yes. It is a bit of an interesting thing. Actually, I had a... Car! Now! Immediately car! Ow! Come on! Ah, boy. You could have had a bit of a better checkpoint to that, I gotta say. Again,
Well,
especially in this era of games, oftentimes checkpoints weren't really as tested as they should have been. That's on them, but yeah. Okay, so getting to the car is probably not gonna happen. So again, I did not press the dodge button, but the game just said that yeah, you did. Dup. And again, I dodged the axe, but the dodge is not reliable. And then the pistol, if I can, please. There you are. It is a tiny touch harder than it needs to be, I feel. The combat is unorthodox to begin with in the use light and then shoot sort of a way, and the enemies are multiple magnitudes faster than Alan, and they do so much damage. One mistake and you're super dead. And sometimes the scenarios aren't exactly fair the first time around. You don't know if they're coming and boom. And you don't know if something will work. And the dodging is, again, it makes sense that the dodge isn't completely reliable because... Oh god. It makes sense contextually that the dodge isn't reliable in that Alan is just a rider, not exactly a combat expert, but it still feels sometimes a little annoying, maybe, that you dodge the axe throw and it dodge doesn't work. But I gotta admit, even back when there is the notion that I just don't know how to use it correctly, because you could argue that even in games like Demon's Souls and such, and you know, the Souls games, there are a lot of possible scenarios where you press the dodge roll button and it doesn't dodge the thing and you still take a hit. That's true. That's very true, actually. So it's... I guess I'm just complaining that I'm bad at the game, you know? I think that's more or less the scenario we're looking at. But yeah. If that light is a checkpoint, I think I gotta maybe call the episode there, because I'm actually all out of time as well here, but ooh, it is chilling. Could you not? Oh boy, oh. Oh man. Ugh. It's not the fact that they are difficult to fight, but the fact that they always surround you. And it's really loud, that thing. just gonna wait for the flashlight to reload a bit, it'll be just fine. I'm hoping there's not gonna be any more enemies coming for a hot second. I can just... It's a fool's hope, but, you know, hope springs eternal. You're really loud. Don't do that. God. Fine. Let's do this then. There we are. That went well. Surprisingly well, even, especially with the dudes behind me. But yeah, they always surround you when they come. That makes it so hard because your flashlight only goes in one direction. They know they make hard combat scenarios. But then again, I've been complaining about the difficulty, but I've only died, 3-ish times to the combat, or 2? 2 or 3? 3, I think. I think 3. One of them running away, but still. So, in the end, in an action game, 3 deaths in... What, where are we at? 6 hours? Something? That's not... That's kinda appropriate, but that's a checkpoint and I gotta call it here because I'm all out of time for this episode. But indeed, I've been complaining about a couple of annoyances now, but again, it's still one of my favorite horror games. It just has a couple of kinks that it could be made to be even better. It's just... In the end, it's a spooky-ass game, and it's when the fighting works, or when the fighting gives you guns to fight with, it's fun. It's really fun, I like it. Well, both thrilling and difficult, and also fun, which is a perfect, well, a really good 1-2 punch of awesome. But I do hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do drop a like or a comment, or even subscribe or share if you want to. It would really, really help. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.